Hello, everyone. Yesterday I had a wonderful lunch date with a friend and a sister, and she was just pouring out to me. She was just blessing me and encouraging me, and above all, she was giving me my roses while I can still smell them, and I was very appreciative. One of the things that she mentioned was what she had gained from the very first Emerge Her event we did last year. She not only got a grant, but she also got more clients, and then she was able to build meaningful relationships. And at that point, she turned to me and she said, "Christine, you have to talk about intentional networking." Hmm. What is intentional networking? Well, I'll tell you what it isn't, right? If you're just a bunch of friends meeting and mingling and just chit chatting among yourselves, well, that's not networking, right? That's not intentional networking. Or if you're just attending a bunch of events just to check the box that you've attended the events without getting anything out of it, then that's not intentional networking. Intentional networking is about two main points: value and growth. When we talk about value, we talk about what am I going to get from that event. Depending on where you are, depending on what you're doing, depending on your purpose, you want to make sure that whatever event you are attending, it's going to add something to the purpose, to the project that you're working on at that point in your life. And the other part of it is that you have to ask yourself, what value am I bringing to that event? There's some events that you might not be the one that is receiving. You might instead be the one that is giving. So I always ask myself, well, if there's an event, I always ask myself, if I'm not going to gain from that event, then I have to, by attending that event, then I have to be able to give while I'm at that event. So value is two ways. And there's no right or wrong answer to that, because each what is valuable to person A is not valuable to person B, because again, it depends on purpose, it depends on what you're working at that particular moment. The second point on intentional networking is about growth. I believe we always have to have the mind of like a child. We always have to be like a child when it comes to growth and learning. We have to constantly learn, constantly expand our capacity. And the way you expand your capacity is not by dwelling on the things that you know, is by exploring other things that you don't know. So if you go to a networking event and say you are a beauty stylist, or you are into home care, or you are into restaurant business, and then you're just going towards those people that are doing the same business as you are, then you're not really growing, you're not really expanding your capacity. You have to talk to other people that are doing different things so that you can broaden your horizon, you can know about all the opportunities that are out there, and you can learn, and by learning then you grow. So that's the two main points about intentional networking. Remember that time is valuable. You can give somebody money and you can gain it back, but when you give somebody time, you cannot gain it back. So you have to make your 24 hours valuable. If a networking event is for an hour, it has to meet those 2 points, those two criterias, and it has to be a maximum use of your time. So be intentional in your networking. Thank you.